Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today, I'm sure you can all tell, we are doing the long awaited gel nail tutorial. Now, you can't see me because it's literally Friday. I have 101 things to do. There's literally builders in the house and I just don't have time to put face makeup on for like a 5-second intro. So this is what we are starting with. I'm going to try my best to do this. Obviously, I've never done a video like this. I'm sure you all know. So I'm going to try my hardest to be able to get my, me showing you what I'm doing in and not have to record this again. Like I said, there's builders in the house. I was going to wait till they leave. They're putting up blinds or something, but I literally have to get this video done because, like I said, college tomorrow. I have 1,000 things to do and I actually want to film another video about something to do with that. So yeah, if you want to know how I do my gel nail, these are the gels I did last night. So if you want to know how I do it at home, here is my little setup. So I have my lamp. I have the two colours I was using. So the first colour is the white from the manicure company. It's just the shade True White. And then the second one is this one from Victoria Vin, and the shade of it is Subtle Pink. Then I have my cuticle remover, I have a little cuticle oil, I have glue, my dehydrator, my no wipe top coat and a base coat. I have this nail file, antiseptic spray, my pro prep. I have lint free wipes, my brush, my gel, my little thing to wipe all my dust away, a file, well, not a new file, I used it yesterday but I only used it on me, a nail clipper, 2 cuticle tools, and then I have nail file. Okay, so the first thing I do then is I take this, which is just the Fabuloso, it's the rhubarb spray. I love this, oh my god, anything like Fabuloso or Flora or Zoflora or anything I love. So I'm just gonna spray where I do it and just use like a rag or I don't even know what you call this, like a cloth, and just wipe this down. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start basically prepping my nail. Okay, so I'd say the angle of this stuff in this video is going to change maybe like a lot, so you may just get over that. But so the first thing I'm going to do is just basically remove the shine from my natural nail. Very lightly, you don't want to cause too much friction or too much heat being generated, or else it's going to get very, very hot under the lamp. But I do have a little trick for that if you know you're afraid that it's going to get quite hot anyway. And make sure you just file down your free edge. This is just like, it doesn't really matter if you do this bit or not, but it's just handy so then when your nail grows, it all kind of grows in the one length. If you've like jaggedy nails or anything, that's all really, to be honest. And like I said, don't be filing it too much, but do make sure you do file it enough, because if you don't file it enough, your nails and your gel, like your gel basically, not anything to do with the tips or anything, but your gel just won't adhere. So now just get the duster and dust away all that dust, and that way you can kind of see if there's anywhere where you haven't filed. Like, see up there I haven't filed, there I didn't get to file, because sometimes when the dust is on it, it looks like it's been filed and it just hasn't. So just go back. I'm not a qualified nail technician at all. I could sit here and say I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I have basically anything I've learned from YouTube. Basically, if anyone's seen my Instagram, I said on there how I'm not qualified, I'm not responsible for anything falling off. So this is what my nails now look like. They're just basically all filed, so the shine is gone off them all. So yeah, that is what your nails should be looking like. Next thing I'm going to do is just take this cuticle pusher and just push down my cuticles. Okay, so now that that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to size up my tips. Now, I didn't have a cuticle pusher or a cuticle cutter. Like, that's the point where you would cut your cuticle. Now you can do it if you just want it. It doesn't really matter if I do it or not, because my cuticles aren't that bad. So I'm just going to take, these are the nail files I have. They're from Amazon. They come in this big bag. They've loads with them. Yesterday, obviously, I did my nails last night, so any tips I used last night I just kept out. So I'm just going to see if these tips match these nails, and if not, we can always go back and get the other one. So basically, how you size up your tips is you get your tip. Now, this is not a tip, it's actually a full nail. If you can see there, it goes there. But what I do is I bring it up to where you would stick your tip, and I size it from there. So how you size it is you just put the nail on your nail and you make sure it goes from sidewall to sidewall, so basically the side of your nails, with no gaps. And if you find that you don't have one that fits perfectly, always go for the one that's a bit bigger, because the gel does make everything kind of shrink a bit. So yeah, that's how you size your nails. Okay, so now that I have all my tips laid out here, I don't know if you can see them because they are clear, but here they are. I have them all sized out in order. So what I do now is I take my tip cutter, and like I said before, these are full nail sizes. So what we need to do is, basically what I'll do is I'll just take the edge, or the bottom of the tip cutter, or the bottom of the nail, like this part, put a small bit of it, maybe about like a centimetre, 2 centimetres in the tip cutter, and just cut it off. Then get my file and basically file down that end just so it's straight. We're not trying to change the shape or anything, just make it straight, that's all. Okay, so now we have our tips all cut to size. Now what I am going to do is basically just start gluing them on. This is the glue I've used. Basically, I'm not going to be like going through every single product. Well, I will tell you what I'm using, but I'm not going to be telling you what it does or anything, because I did do a part 1 and part 2 of basically my like gel nail collection, everything you kind of need to be able to do gel nails. So definitely go watch that. I'll leave part 1 in the cards at the start of the video, and I'll leave part 2 at the end when a recommended video comes up, so it'll be easier for you to find. What I do is open up your glue and basically take your tip like so, and basically paint the inside maybe like a centimetre high of glue, and do it from side to side. And basically now what we are going to do is take your nail and press it on, make sure it goes from both sidewall to sidewall, and press it down and wait for about 10 seconds. There is your first tip glued on. Okay, so here, as you can see, all my nail tips have been put on. So now what I'm going to do is basically just cut them all down to size, and then we can start filing them and putting the gel on. So I'm basically, what I do is when I have one hand on, I just measure up, and I actually put that one on a bit crooked, but it's okay, I can fix it when I'm filing it. But basically put them together side by side, like just eyeball it kind of, but make sure I just do it up a bit higher than what it was, and then at least I can go back in and check how much I have to take off. So just another tiny bit. Yeah, and they're basically the kind of same size. This one's a bit tiny bit longer, but I leave that because see the way the edge is like quite jaggedy up at the top. I can fix that then and they'll be the same size. So I'm just going to go and do that now for all the rest of my nails. Now, so as you can see, I have cut down all my nails using my tip cutter, and basically now I'm going in with my file to basically sharpen up the free edge and the side walls, and then I'm gonna file the whole tip and my nail just to get rid of any shine that is on either of them. At this point, if I had acetone, I would just run acetone over that little, so the way you can kind of see my nail and then the tip, because basically what the acetone would do is just basically melt that little tip bit into your nail. I seen someone do that. That is what I was doing when I had acetone. Like, you know, you can still achieve a smooth nail without seeing that bump without it, but it is quicker and easier if you have it. My shape that I'm doing these nails is basically just kind of like a straight square shape, so that's why all I'm doing is basically straightening up that free edge, or straightening up that side wall, and then just basically making sure that free edge is as flat as possible, because that's just the shape I like. So now, as you can see, I have the shape I want. All my shine from my natural nail and my tip is gone, so I'm just going to take the duster and get rid of any dust or anything like that. And now I'm going to take this is the Pro Prep. I was actually meant to do this before I put my tips on, but it's grand, you can do it after. Taking a lint free pad, spraying it. I'm just going to fold it in half, because you don't want to get this on your nail tips, just on your natural nail, just to clean it, get rid of any dust, any natural oils that have come through. Now when we filed it, to be honest, any natural oils or anything will come through. But yeah, that is what your nails should be looking like at this point. So now we're going to prep the nail with this. This is nail dehydrator. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to go into big massive detail about it. I did go into big massive detail about it in my other videos, so go watch them. And this basically just goes on the natural nail as well. I actually kind of find this stuff is actually kind of critical. Like, if I don't have this, my nails will come off. They might even come off like the second after I've done them. But this stuff is unreal. Now into the exciting part, which is the gel. So the gel I'm using is just this Manicure Company gel. It's just a LED builder in clear, and then the brush I'm using is this. It's from Gameford. This is the shape of it. It's just like a long rectangle shape. It's my favorite type to use. And just in case anyone's wondering, I have my lamp right here. I obviously, this is LED gel, so I have to put it on the LED setting, and I have it on for 10 minutes, and this pretty much cures instantly when you put it into the lamp. So in case you see my hand like going over there, that is where it's going. So I'm just going to put that there so you can all see. I always do my thumb last, because I find you have your hand like that, your thumb is sideways and the gel will run. So this is the way I'm going to try do it. I'm going to actually higher my ring light up and see will that kind of work better. Because I do kind of have to, I always have it like really close to my face when I'm doing this, like. So right, so first thing you need to do is pick up a bead of gel. That is what it's called. And what I always do is, I'm going to show you up close. I always let it run to the end of my brush. I just find it's easier to place it on the nail. I find it's easier to work with that way. So I always let it run to the end of my brush, like so. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to place it on my nail, like so. Just place your bead on your nail, like that. Just a bead of gel. Now, oh my god, no, why did I just do that at all? But, right, so now what we're gonna do is, I always keep my finger down because the gel will run and you don't want to flood that cuticle. So now what I'm gonna do is basically use the free edge of my brush, and you don't drag it, you kind of barely touch it and move it along. And you know, you don't have to get too close to the cuticle. I never go really close to the cuticle, because I find it's hard. And like, obviously, like I said, I'm not qualified at all. So just run your bead along, push it up, back up to the cuticle. Like I said, you don't have to get so close to the cuticle, but if you're able to, that's grand. And then start pulling your bead down so gently. If you need to get another bead of gel, don't be afraid to. I've often had to do that where like I haven't put enough big of enough bead. Always look at your nail from the side as well. And don't forget, if you need to go back and build up, it's called an apex, just like build it up if you need to. I genuinely do have to do that pretty much all of the time because I can never get one like naturally. So I'm just going back into a little tiny bead of gel and placing it on the other gel and basically swiveling it down and across, and basically just covering that whole tip. Don't forget the sides. Okay, so I'm just gonna cure that now. And like I was saying about my little trick for heat spikes is put in for 4 seconds, take it back out, put it back in for 4 seconds, take it back out, put back in, out, in, out, in, out. You just get the gist. And then eventually it will heat up because gel does heat up, but it won't burn you, if you get me. Like, it will heat up, but not to the point where you're going to be screaming because it does get like that sometimes. Okay, so while that is curing, I'm going to show you on this hand what I mean by the apex. So by the apex, I mean, actually I kind of need the other hand to point at it, but see the way it goes down here and it then rises up and goes flat across. Like on this nail we don't have that yet, it just basically goes straight flat across. So you need that apex to give your nail the strength. See, I have it on all these nails, even on my like little pinky nail, and that's literally the hardest nail for me to do. So yeah, so basically what I do now just to build up my apex is just get another bit of gel. Not as much as we had, and now just add it where that apex would be. So there you go, adding your bead of gel, and make sure you bring it as flat to the cuticle as you can so it doesn't look stupid. And just kind of flat out that extra edge bit. And like I said, if you need to add a tiny bit more gel, do it. I'd rather add too little and have to kind of build it up than add too much, because then it'll just flood your cuticle and you literally have to take it all off. It's the worst thing. So we just basically built up that apex. If you can see now, it rises up a bit more, and don't worry, I know it does look kind of bumpy and all now, but we will be filing that down. And then what I do now is I just take this and some Pro Prep and just wipe away the stickiness. So, you know, when you're kind of holding your hand in, you know, the way the awkward position you be holding it to put gel on, it doesn't stick to your clothes or stick to your brush, or, you know, just, it's just handier that way. So now that all the gel is on all the nails, my thumbnail didn't go to plan, but it's okay because we can fix that with filing. I am basically just going to file over all my nails, make sure there is no lumps or bumps or anything like that. Basically make sure they're still in the shape that I want, just basically cleaning them up, and then we can get ready to paint them. So I'm going to start with the thumbnail, and I'm always just going to kind of sharpen up those side walls again. Well, not sharpen them up, but straighten them up. And then I always put my nail file behind and do that because they actually do be very sharp, like, so you know, you don't want to scratch yourself or, you know, scratch someone else, or I don't know what you do be doing. But and then I'm just gonna file over all the gel and basically make it all even. Now this nail I've a bit more work to do. The other nails are fairly even already, so it's just this nail didn't want to cooperate today. Okay, so now that they're all filed and everything is kind of into place, again, I'm just taking another lint free pad and the Pro Prep and just basically getting all that dust, any dirt, anything like that, just off the nail bed and the tip and everything like that. So now what I'm going to do is take the Manicure Company base coat. I got 2 tiny ones because they came in like a little tiny set with a colour. Actually, I don't have a clue where that is, and I'm just gonna take the base and just generously apply it without getting it into my cuticle. Just generously apply it to the nail. Okay, so now I'm taking my 2 colours, which I have here, which I already told you what they are, and I'm just going to be painting this hand in the same order as this. So my index finger and my thumb will be white, and then my other 3 fingers will be pink. I do have to do a few layers to build up to this. Like, even this is still kind of a bit opaque. Like I said, I was doing it in the wrong lighting last night. So I'm just going to run off and quickly finish painting these and then come back and show you what I do then. Okay, so as you can all see, I have painted the nails all the colour I want. And I've made sure they've all got, like, you know, like enough layers. My thumbnail isn't looking the best, but it's fine. It's G. We'll just ignore that. So I'm taking this. This is the Manicure No Wipe Top Coat, and I'm just going to put this on all my nails now. So here we are done. I just added a bit of cuticle oil because there wasn't really any point in me showing you that. But these are basically just the nails I did. I hope this video was you know, worth the watch, or it even helped, or I don't even know if I was in focus or if anything. But yeah, that is basically just how I do my own gel nails from home. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.